Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be continuing a remaining part from flexible workflow configuration. In the previous two videos, we have discussed a 4 steps for the flexible workflow configuration. These 4 steps we already have discussed: flexible workflow scenario activation, activation for a document type, then task name and decision point, and client dependent configuration. So these 4 steps already we have performed in the last two videos. So today we are going to be continuing a remaining part from flexible workflow configuration. We will discussing today about perform a task specification customization for activation of your flexible workflow and for the push button notification in a Fiori application, how to activate that part here. So step number 5 and step number 6 today we are going to be discussing here. So already we have about our workflow scenario IDs. Okay, so this is very important part. We have to require these workflow IDs for your purchase requisition and purchase order here. Okay, so let's jump into the system and first we'll discuss about a task specification customization here. Okay, so here we have to activate the linkage for the workflow IDs here. Okay, so we have to go for SPRO, then reference IMG, go to the ABAP platform. Under the ABAP platform, we have to go under the ABAP platform application server. Under the application server, we'll get the option for the business management. Under the business management, we have the option SAP business workflow. So here, under the SAP business workflow, we'll get the option to perform a task specific customization for the workflow ID here. Okay, as you click on that, perform task specific customization. So it's a very huge data. So sometime it will take a load to update and to fetch the data. So once it get, then we have to activate that linkage between the purchase requisition and a purchase order. So here under that task specific customization, we have to search for here, okay, because whatever the flexible workflow that is comes under your materials management. Okay, so search for the under the so that is the part of your purchasing, correct? So we have to go for purchase, okay, where we have to activate the linkage here. Okay, go to the PUR where we get the option for your purchase requisition and a purchase order here. So here we have to go under PUR REQ. That is your purchase requisition. Here under that purchase requisition, we have to click on a activate event linkage. So click on that activate event linkage. Here we'll get our all the workflow IDs here for the purchase requisition here. So what is the workflow ID for overall purchase requisition for the flexible workflow? The workflow ID is your 458, 2458 here for the overall. And similar for the item level release, it's a 471. Okay, so we are going with the overall release. So we have to check with the 2458, which is the workflow ID for your overall release here. Click on that subnode for workflow ID, and here click on activate that event linkage here. So this is how you have to activate the event linkage for overall release of your purchase equation. Similarly, you can activate for the item level release as well here. So whatever the configuration, task specific configuration we are performing, for that we have to activate that linkage here. Here it is for the item level release. So both are activated here. Which one you are going to perform, that you can use it here. So this is for your purchase requisition. Similarly, for the purchase order also, we have to follow the same steps here. So instead of the REQ, we have to go for MM, PR, PO. So go to the purchase order. Under that purchase order, we have to go for the purchase order workflow. Okay, both are the same here. Okay, just node will be changed here. Here also we have to again activate a linkage. Click on activate linkage for a purchase order workflow here. Then again, what was our workflow ID for the purchase order? Here is a 800 238 here. Okay, search here that ID, and this is your workflow ID. Workflow for purchase order. Here again, click on activate. If it's deactivated, you have to come here and you have to click on the activation here. Once you activate it, then here linkage will be done for flexible workflow for PR and PO both. Simultaneously, we are discussing here. So this is your task specific customization we are done for the flexible workflow. This is the step number 5 in your flexible workflow customization. Now, the last step in the flexible workflow customization, that is your activate push notification button. So as we are known in SAP S/4HANA in a Fiori application, so once our PR and PO, okay, that any purchasing document once is got created, okay, so it should be automatically triggering to that approver's ID. Okay, for that in SAP S/4HANA, they have given the activate or push notification button. So once it's ready for the approval, it should be automatically notified to that approver automatically here. Okay, but for that we have to activate push notification button here. So there is a one transaction code for activation of your push notification here. So the transaction code to activate a push notification is your SWF underscore push underscore notification underscore CST here. So copy the transaction code and go to the SAP, put that transaction code in a command field and execute here. Okay, so here we'll get the option for the push notification activation here. So here again, we have to search our workflow ID and task numbers with the step IDs here. Okay, scroll down and search for the ID for overall purchase requisition, item level purchase requisition, and overall purchase order here. Okay, so what was our ID for that? So for the purchase order, the workflow ID is here WS 008000238. Okay, so release purchase order, and this is our step ID, which is already we are discussed in a previous session. How to linkage your step ID and your task ID for the push button notification. You have to come here, click on a activate that push notification and save it. Again, same we have to perform for the purchase requisition as well. So purchase requisition ID was, scroll down, that is the 2000 WS 2004-58. Okay, for the overall release, again here you have to come, you have to activate push button notification for that checkbox which you have to activate here. Similarly for the 234 as well. 234 is your what? Is for the purchase requisition item level release here. Okay. 458 for the overall release and for the item level purchase requisition 471. Okay. Up to the here 471 here. Item label release purchase requisition. So for all PR and PO, we have activated a push button notification. So after activating the push button notification, so once you created the PR and PO, okay, both, whatever. So like this notification will be, bell icon will be coming to the into your Fiori application. So this is push button notification into the SAP S/4HANA sourcing and procurement for the flexible workflow here. So here, all the steps for the configuration in a flexible workflow got finished here. And in the next video, we are going to be discussing about a final stage and final step for the managed workflow for PR and PO in a Fiori application in SAP S/4HANA sourcing and procurement. So to learn that last step in a flexible workflow, please like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. And to learn more interesting in SAP S/4HANA, please visit our website www.taxskills.com. Thank you.